Well, Claude Science is stepping up with a massive claim. They are compressing years of foundational setup into, essentially, the time it takes you to go pour a cup of coffee. Stop wrestling with broken data pipelines. That quote honestly hits the nail right on the head. The core problem we're dealing with here is just this massive, everyday frustration. Instead of actually discovering things, researchers are spending countless hours playing IT support. You know the drill: patching incompatible systems, desperately trying to keep workflows from completely collapsing. It absolutely slows the pace of discovery to a crawl. Which brings us to our first main point. Enter Claude Science, the setup revolution. Get this. According to the source, this tool takes what would typically amount to 3 years of research setup, and it literally compresses it down into just 30 seconds. 30 seconds. That means that huge, intimidating barrier to entry for complex data projects, all that configuring, the endless pipeline building, the tedious troubleshooting, it's practically erased. You can just jump straight into the actual science. Moving on to eliminating context switching and how the mechanics of this actually work. Behind the scenes, all this crazy time saving basically boils down to some serious workflow optimization. First, artifacts are perfectly traced back to their exact code, so no more guessing where a specific data set or some random chart originated. It's all just right there. At the same time, your environments are managed entirely on demand, rather than relying on those clunky, pre-configured workspaces. And the final result? Zero context switching. None. You stay totally locked in and focused within one unified space without constantly jumping back and forth between terminals and editors. Next up, let's talk about the database connection, which is ready right out of the box. 60. This tool instantly connects to over 60 scientific databases the absolute second you turn it on. That means you completely avoid having to build custom API hooks or spend weeks writing tedious data fetching scripts. That entire vast network of existing scientific knowledge, it is immediately available for your analysis right then and there. So, accessing the beta and how you can get started today. Gaining access to the beta is actually a super simple 2-step process outlined in the source material. Step 1, you just comment the word science on the original announcement. Step 2, you'll receive a direct message containing the link to access the beta. It's really that easy to go test this 30-second setup firsthand. I really want to leave you pondering this final question. If a 3-year setup actually shrinks to 30 seconds, how will Claude Science change the pace of human discovery forever? I mean, we've seen how tracking artifacts and having instant database connections saves time, but if we are fundamentally removing all that friction from research, if researchers are spending less time wrestling with pipelines and way more time actually doing the science, what incredible discoveries are just waiting around the corner for us? Definitely something to think about. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.